When on earth did alleged diddler, not in the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast sense of the word, Dr. Disrespect join the Judgment Day? What's he doing there? So WWE told fans in Canada to wear white shirts to last night's show because they are racists or something, yet somehow thousands inside the arena did not get the memo, yet green t-shirt guy did. His wardrobe consists of 7 green t-shirts and an 8th green t-shirt just in case he spills his din-dins on Saturday's green t-shirt in the hours before a premium live event, yet somehow he was able to muster up a brand new t-shirt while thousands, literally thousands, didn't do anything. With 24 hours notice as well, it's a miracle. El Idolo being El Idiot because minutes into the men's Money in the Bank ladder matchup, he was doing damage to his body that he just didn't have to do. There's no wonder Charlotte Flair loves this man. He's clearly an El Kinky Bastardo. He's willingly springboarding on his back onto a ladder. Look at the marks on his back. By God, they are red. And then he's done a lion salt to bugger up his front with Carmelo Hayes. What's he doing? Chad Gable ran out of humans to German suplex, so he German suplexed a ladder. Not even Perk Angle did this kind of thing, so Christ knows what Chad Gable's on. But I am glad that Chad Gable is on something stronger than the Perks, because that there is a massive fall to take, and it would have really hurt, so he's got something to mask the pain, and that's a good thing. I'd rather have that massive rabbit try and shove its massive mallet up my... Doesn't matter. Next up, we have Drew McIntyre literally yeeting a ladder in the direction of Grandmaster Yeet before climbing the ladder himself. This is Drew McIntyre, by the way, and he definitely did not swear as that briefcase was swinging backwards and forwards like the contents of CM Punk's ballsack. That's what he's doing at the moment. They are so meaty. Come on, fuck! I am sure this is a WTF moment, but I am an old man who prefers music with guitars and drums. I literally couldn't tell you why. Mago. Direct quote from Michael Cole this time when he says, for the first time in 27 years to the day, the return of the Bad Blood Premium Live event. Why would Michael Cole say this unless, of course, he meant it's the anniversary of the first ever Bad Blood pay-per-view? Easy for me to say, which of course what he meant, but he didn't say that, and this is WTF Moments. So here we are. As we all know, the last Bad Blood event took place 20 years ago, and in the main event, Triple H, who runs things in WWE, I don't know if you heard about this, by the way, he runs the show, he beat Shawn Michaels in a Hell in a Cell main event that went 47 minutes. If I did that, I'd be telling everybody about it and scolding Michael Cole for making that whoopsie there. New theme for Bron Breakker, and it kind of slaps in this era of bad Death Rebel themes. This has got to be the biggest WTF moment of them all. Grab all of your animals, head for all of the borders, because it's over. The end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh. In the 50 televised singles matches Bron Breakker has had since he debuted in NXT, last night was just the 5th defeat he suffered when he hasn't disqualified himself by spearing someone through a wall. That's why Sami's win is such a WTF moment, and I saw this on Twitter last week, and I haven't been able to get it out my mind since. Is this actually becoming a real thing? I don't want to believe it, but the more Sami Zayn wins matches like this, the more I'm starting to believe it. I feel horrible. And next up we have John Cena, who came up with a towel which read, "The last time is now," and he said with his own mouth, and I quote, "Tonight I officially announce my retirement from the WWE," and he wasn't even wearing a pastoral coloured suit. So this must be real. There wasn't even any salmon jorts, man. So if he is being real, and 2025 will be the last year of John Cena as an in-ring competitor in the World Wrestling Federation, my thoughts and prayers go out to R-Truth, who must be devastated that his childhood hero is hanging up his boots. And here's what Seth Rollins would have said when he got back through the curtain after his match with Damien Priest last night.
Where is that referee? He was trying to on me.
And that's because in this moment here, Damien Priest's shoulders were down on that mat for longer than insert OnlyFans shagger here. My guess is either Damien Priest was knocked loopy for a few seconds there and literally couldn't kick out, in which case I don't know what the hell it's supposed to do, or there was a bit of a production issue and Drew McIntyre's theme was supposed to be played during the 3 count, in which case, because this is professional wrestling, the referee would have gone 1, too heard the bagpipes and then gone, oh no, my arms don't work anymore. But they hit that music about 20 seconds too late. Priest didn't move where he wanted to or not. Seth Rollins didn't move because why the hell would he? He's the one doing the pinfall. And the referee, he stopped the count for absolutely no reason at all, as that entire scenario there turned into a bigger mess than Matt Riddle's career. But Drew, why the hell would you not wait until the Rollins and Priest singles match was over? Wait until their match is finished, you swoop down for a singles match against a really tired man, and you've got an easy win, unless CM Punk would have got involved anyway, which was certainly a possibility. I'm just making this a WTF moment because, as we've said on the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast 1,000 times, Drew McIntyre, from his perspective, is the most logical character in wrestling today. Everything he does from his perspective makes absolute sense. So to see him do something which doesn't make sense is really out of character and WTF moment worthy. You see, because in character, Drew, he would have won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, then he would have hunted down CM Punk and AJ Lee and Larry the Dog and Ace Steel and everyone to do with CM Punk. He would have tied them all together with a massive rope, pushed them into Dijak's sex dungeon from NXT, you know, the glass box where he kept Joe Gacy captive for over a week with no food, no water, and nothing to wash himself with. And then he would have gone down to the ring, waited until Seth Rollins versus Damien Priest was over, and then cashed in his briefcase, and then he would have won. Instead, he cashed in while the match was still going on, turned it into a triple threat, no disqualifications, gave CM Punk the license to come down, and now we have a murder on our hands on Monday Night Raw because, again, CM Punk has cost Drew McIntyre, and I can see the only resolution being Drew McIntyre popping a cap in CM Punk's ass. Or maybe his head. And this is all down to the creative team and their silly writing. You couldn't make it up, eh? But in this moment here, we got a rarity. I feel like David Attenborough. Oh, over there, we have a wild Michael Cole, and he's saying shit. This was more egregious than Michael Cole using the other S word back in the day when he wasn't good to listen to, the Vince McMahon days of Michael Cole, when he used to call Shinsuke Nakamura Shin, even though he clearly wasn't good friends enough with Shinsuke Nakamura to call him Shin. It used to make my skin crawl, but now he said shit. We've got to give a WTF moment to Zoey Stark somehow turning her twisty senton catch my ankles on the ropes thing into a massive bump on the back of her own head, and she still wrestled on because all these wrestlers are mental. And then we're all asking the question, how the hell can Naomi nail a shoot tornado DDT from that position there? If you know, write it on a postcard, send it this way. And then we have Io Sky managing to do a Michinoku driver off the top of a ladder to Zoey Stark, and then doing Shinsuke Nakamura's pose while supposedly being in pain, but actually looking like Shinsuke Nakamura on his coldest day. You know, kids, the cold, you know, the cool cold, the cool cold. But also, how the hell did Zoey Stark not die off that move as well? Deathmatch Queen, Chelsea Green. Never before has a ladder spot from that height looked so brutal, yet also looked so graceful that it wouldn't look out of place in bloody Swan Lake. This, of course, all happened after Chelsea Green realised at the start of that ladder match that she had a crippling fear of heights, so she spent ages on the mat trying to reach the briefcase from the mat below. Weirder things have happened. It literally fell into Owens' arms back in 2020. I saw it with my own eyes. But then she overcame those fears, found herself at the top of the ladder, and taught us all a valuable lesson. If you try to overcome your fears and go that extra stretch, what will happen is you'll fail and you'll ultimately die. So don't bother trying. We need a doctor for the doctor, because Jacob Fatu was sent over the barricade and in the process hit the WWE doctor who was sat at ringside in the pit of death next to where Samantha Irvin sits at ringside next to the commentary table. You know that little pit of death? The pit of death! She was sat there, and as Jacob Fatu went over the top, he nailed her in the head with a Chad Gable roll through back heel kick thing that he does. It was gnarly. And then we have Big J Fats. I feel comfortable calling him that because we're clearly best friends in the entire world. Then we have Big J Fats doing a whisper in the wind, but because he is so girthy, surely it can't be a whisper. Surely that move there has got to be called a shouting in the wind. And then we get to the best spot of the year of 2024 so far. He thumped him in the taint. He thumped him in the taint. Now, unfortunately, this was not another example of Tangaloa being the worst striker in the history of professional wrestling. One end, you've got The Undertaker and Jeff Jarrett. Other end, you've got Tangaloa. This was Tangaloa, concussed AF, trying to do the spot he was booked to do. So Tangaloa, well done for giving it a good go. You got there on the second time. I don't know what else to say. Go back and watch that Cody Rhodes Tope Suicida and listen to the thud Tangaloa's head makes at an announce table, and then he does that at the end of the match, and we're all laughing at him. Being a wrestler is a hard life. That's what we've learned here, and that's it for me. I think that's it for the WTF Moments from Money in the Bank 2024. I've said that sentence very quickly. I've had a monster today. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, spit in my face. I'll see you later.